Hi, my name is Ernie Taroff. I'm the National Technical Sales Support Manager for Follett's Healthcare Division. We've produced this video to demonstrate the procedure for adding contact-free dispensing to Follett's 7 and 15 series ice and water dispensers. This video is not intended to replace the instructions that come with the kit, so please be sure to review that information before you begin the procedure. If you need assistance during the conversion, Follett's Technical Service Department can be reached at 877-612-5086. Thank you for your interest in Follett products. The parts included with your new kit include a replacement top cover assembly for the dispenser, which also has the electrical control box for the touch-free dispensing, 2 wiring assemblies, one with a 5-pin connector, a smaller one with a 2-pin connector, a new schematic, ground screw, a strain relief, and 2 tie wraps. The tools required for the procedure are a Phillips head screwdriver, a small pair of needle nose pliers, and a regular set of pliers, and, as with any service procedure, appropriate protective gear should be worn by the technician during the procedure. First step is to unplug the dispenser. For the conversion, we need to get to the dispenser's electrical box. The front panel needs to be removed. First, unscrew the ice dispense chute, pull out the drip tray. Then, using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove the 2 screws securing the front cover. Lift to disengage. On the back of the front cover are 2 connections, a water line and a communication cable between the control board and the user interface. Disconnect the water line by pressing in on the collet to release the line, and disconnect the communication cable by pushing down on the lock at the top of the connector. Now set the front panel aside. Next, we need to remove the top cover from the dispenser, lift at the front, slide it back slightly to disengage the tabs on the cover from the slots in the rear panel of the dispenser. Then we're going to remove the lid from the electrical box, take the cover off, Phillips head screw, and set the cover aside. In the back of the electrical box is a knockout. This is where we'll be bringing in the wiring harnesses. So we just want to use a flat blade screwdriver and remove that knockout. On a 15 series dispenser, once the front panel and top cover are removed, the right side panel will need to be removed in order to access the electrical box. Next, we're going to feed the 2 wiring assemblies through the open knockout at the back of the electrical box. First, the small wire assembly with the 6-pin connector gets passed through the knockout hole, and then the 5-pin assembly. We take the stay-con end and we pass these wires through the knockout. Now we're ready to start connecting the wires to the board. In the new wire bundle, there will be a black and a white wire tied together with a zip tie. We take the black wire with the L1 label and attach it to any open L1 terminal on the control board. And we take the white wire with the N label and attach it to any open end terminal on the control board. On dispensers manufactured after November of 2016, there is a third hole at the base of the electrical box for an additional ground screw. So we're going to use the supplied ground screw to connect the green and yellow ground wire to the base of the electrical box. Next, we're going to need to identify wire number 15, right here, going to terminal P21. Using the needle nose pliers, gently remove the number 15 wire from the P21 terminal. Then, in the new wiring harness, identify the yellow stay-con that has the P21 label and attach that to the P21 terminal. Now, take the number 15 wire that we just disconnected and attach it to the male stay-con, the pigtail connector here, and wire number 15 is done. Next, we need to identify wire number 17 connected to the P20 terminal. Remove the wire from the terminal and then take the yellow stay-con with the P20 label and attach it to the now open P20 terminal and connect the pigtail to the number 17 wire. The final connection is the 6-pin connector on the small wires needs to be connected to the P13 connector on the control board. This is the only one with 6 pins sticking up from the board. Next, we need to route the wires alongside the electrical control box and position them in order to install the strain relief. Next, we're going to secure all 7 wires to the electrical box using the supplied strain relief. Before placing the electrical box lid back in position, be sure to peel the adhesive off of the supplied schematic and cover the old schematic with the new schematic. Now we're ready to replace the lid of the electrical box. Insert the tab into the slot at the back of the box and secure with the Phillips head screw. On the 7 series, secure the wire bundle to the liquid line behind the electrical box. And then cut off the excess. On the bottom of the top assembly are the wire connectors that will attach to the wiring harness that we are installing in the electrical box. 5-pin connector and a 2-pin connector. Remove the tape, securing the wires to the lid, and then we're going to lay the cover on top of the dispenser and make the final wiring connection. Connect the 2-pin connector and connect the 5-pin connector. After the wiring is complete, we can put on the new top, making sure that the tabs are engaging the slots in the rear panel. Check to make sure that there is no wiring present in any possible pinch points. And now we complete the reassembly. Take the front panel, reconnect the user interface communication cable, make sure that it's secure. Then reconnect the water line, inserting the tubing into the fitting completely. Then with the front cover reinstalled, secure it to the base using the Phillips head screws. reinstall the drip tray and screw in and reattach the ice dispense chute. Plug the unit in to restore power to the dispenser and then test the operation. We can hear the dispense motor for the ice energize. We can hear the solenoid for dispensing water energizing. On a 15 series, because the electrical box is mounted vertically rather than horizontally, the knockout is at the bottom of the box rather than at the back. After the wire harnesses are run through, the strain relief secures the wires from the inside, not the outside. It needs to be done this way due to the support bracket underneath the box. On the 15 series, routing the wire harness coming off of the bottom of the electrical box, pass the wires over the top of the gear motor, behind the support rail, and then bring the wires behind the ice transport tube for connection to the top panel. After attaching the new schematic to the lid of the electrical box, we're going to replace the box lid using the Phillips head screw and then reattach the right side panel. Again, make sure that the tabs are inserted into the slots at the back of the rear panel. Next, we're going to attach the new top cover assembly. Make sure that it's in position, and then make the final connection of the 5-pin connector and the 2-pin connector. Again, making sure the wires are run behind the ice transport tube. Like the 7 series, final step on the 15 is to reattach the front panel. Reconnect the communication cable to the user interface. Reconnect the water line to the water dispense station. Make sure that it's inserted all the way. Reattach the front panel and secure using the 2 Phillips head screws. Reinstall the drip pan and screw in and attach the ice dispense chute. Like the 7, test the unit for operation.